Hi, everyone. Welcome to P and K's Puzzle Play. Grab one of yours and start today. Today, I want to share with you 75% progress on this beautiful Poet's Garden puzzle. It is just awesome. I am doing this collaboration along with my Yarny bestie Priscilla over at Distinctively Handcrafted. So please, if you haven't already, go and check her out and see what she is up to. But in any case, I'm putting it together and I'm about 75% done. So I'd like to share that with you and some other things too. So sit back, relax, grab a cool drink or something like that, and just kind of hang out with me for a bit. Okay? Hold on for a moment. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos, and if you find yourself inspired, join my channel. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So, hi everyone. Today I want to share with you the progress on my puzzle. This is an awesome collaboration that I'm doing along with my Yarny bestie Priscilla over at Distinctively Handcrafted. She gifted me a beautiful 1,000 piece puzzle, and this is our third time doing puzzle play. So we're really having a good time and sharing it with you guys. So if you have a puzzle of your own, go ahead and grab it and start it. It doesn't matter whether it's a large one or a small one. The important thing is that you are doing something that is mindful to kind of help you out. But if puzzles aren't your thing, that's okay. No worries at all. Just kind of hang out with us for a bit as we share what we have with you and just kind of enjoy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my progress. But again, before I share it with you, I definitely want to say, please go over and check out Priscilla. She is also working on a puzzle and she is making beautiful progress on it. And she may have some other things that she wants to share with you as well. So just go ahead and subscribe to her channel, hit the notification bell, set it to all so that whenever she uploads, you'll get notified and you'll be able to check out and see what inspirations she has. All right. You won't be disappointed. All right, so this is a beautiful puzzle, and I will share the photo of the puzzle with you right here. Isn't it awesome? So I've been sharing with you my progress as I go along. Initially, we shared our border and we got the border together to just get started and give us a focal point. And then from there, we started working on the individual puzzle. The whole idea for this puzzle was we decided to do at least about 20 pieces per day. And if we couldn't get 20 pieces per day, just try to work on the puzzle no more than 2 hours a day so that it's not overtaxing. And we would be able to get it completed in time. I'm really enjoying this puzzle. I think it is just so beautiful. And I just want to say thank you so much, Priscilla, for the inspiration and for just going along and having us put it together. This has been just such a wonderful thing. All right, so before I share with you my progress, I want to share with you information that I've been gathering about these awesome, talented poets that are featured in this artwork that was the inspiration for the puzzle. Okay, so today I think I'm going to go ahead and share with you the remainder of the poets. I've shared four of them with you, and there are seven altogether. So let's go ahead and share it with you. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to share with you is, let's see, hold on one second. Here we go. Okay, Li Xingzhao. Okay, and Li Xingzhao was born in 1084 and she died in 1155. She's also known as Yan Zhuxi. Now, she was widely considered as one of China's most celebrated poets. I think that is just awesome. And she's arguably the most prominent female writer in Chinese history. Her background is that she was born into a scholarly family. and in the province of Shandong in 1084. Now, her father was an academic essayist, and her mother was also a known poet. So that's awesome. So she was in a family where inspiration was just all surrounding her, right? Okay, so this provided her the opportunity to get a comprehensive education in classical literature, and it fostered her early love of learning. Now, even as a teenager, she displayed exceptional poetic skills, gaining recognition in her hometown. Her early poems are noted for their girlish innocence, sharp wit, and appreciation for nature. Now, even as she became an adult and she married, she continued to uh, explore literature, the arts, and she collected lots of books and artifacts. Her poetry reflected life's joys and sorrows. And so that's interesting that she was able to kind of share and evoke a sense of just meaning in lots of different ways. All right. Now, she was a master of the form C, and that is lyrical poetry form. All right. And even wrote one of the earliest scholarly studies in this genre. Her enduring influence was her lyrical style and its evocative language and emotional depth. This resonated with many, many audiences, and it significantly influenced her and later generations of poets. So I think that is just awesome. Now, she provided a voice for women, and her poetry offers that unique glimpse into the inner world of women in medieval China. Today, she is still revered as the most talented woman in the history of China. So that's awesome. And they were able to capture her in this beautiful artwork here for this puzzle. Okay, so our next poet is Sor Juana Inez de la Cruz. She was born Juana Ramirez de Asbaje in 1651, and she passed in 1695. She was a prominent figure of the Spanish Golden Age and the Hispanic Baroque. Now, she was noted for her extraordinary intellect and literary talent. Now, the interesting thing about her was she was actually a nun. So, uh, she was self-taught. She was a scholar, a dramatist, a poet, philosopher, composer, and she challenged societal norms and she advocated for women's intellectual freedom and education. And I think that is just wonderful. Now, she was a child prodigy because she taught herself to read at the age of 3. And she did this by following her older sister to school. Despite the limitations on women's education at the time, she devoured her grandfather's extensive library and she learned 2 different languages, Latin and an indigenous Mexica language called Nahuatl. Okay, sorry, I think I mispronounced that also. But by adolescence, she had mastered Greek logic and was teaching Latin to young children. At 16, she was presented to the court of the Viceroy Marquis de Montserrat in Mexico City and impressed a panel of scholars with her vast knowledge. Now, she decided in 1669 that she wanted to pursue her studies freely, and she wasn't necessarily interested in marriage. So she joined a convent there. And while she was there, she amassed the largest private library in the New World. She had over 4,000 books, and she dedicated herself to writing and learning. This environment that she immersed herself in allowed her to host intellectual gatherings and engage in scholarly pursuits according to the Legacy Project. She remains an important cultural and literary icon in Mexico, recognized for both her outstanding writing and her influential perspectives on women and scholarship. She is often referred to as the 10th Muse and the Phoenix of Mexico. Her advocacy for women's education and intellectual freedom continues to inspire students and scholars worldwide. She is commemorated on the 200 peso bill in Mexico. How about that? That is just awesome. That is just beautiful. All right. Our next poet is Sappho. Sappho was an influential ancient Greek poet. There are only a handful of details known about her life. She was born around 615 BC to an aristocratic family on the island of Greece. She was known for her passionate and evocative poetry. She hailed from a well-off family, with her father likely being a wine merchant, and she had three brothers. She did marry, and she had a daughter. She spent most of her adult life in the city of Mytilene in Greece, where she ran an academy for unmarried young women. She earned great prominence as a dedicated teacher and poet. Some historians claim that she died of a broken heart, while other historians say that she died of old age around 550 BC. The history of her poems is as speculative as that of her biography. She was known in antiquity as the great poet. Plato called her the 10th Muse, and her likeness appeared on coins. It is unclear whether she invented or simply refined the meter of her day, but today it is known as Saphitic meter. Her poems were collected into 9 volumes in the 3rd century BC, but her work was almost entirely lost for many years. Merely one 28-line poem of hers has survived intact, and she was known principally through quotations found in the works of other authors until the 19th century, where they unearthed papyri that contained fragments of her poems. In 1914, in Egypt, archaeologists discovered papier-mâché coffins made from scraps of paper that contain more verse fragments that are attributed to her. And I think that's just amazing, okay? So let's see. Sappho is not only one of the few women poets we know from antiquity, but also is one of the greatest lyric poets from any age. Most of her poems were meant to be sung by one person to the accompaniment of a lyre, hence the term lyric poetry. Rather than addressing the gods or recounting epic narratives such as those of Homer, Sappho's verses speak from one individual to another. All right, so that is just awesome. And it looks like every one of these beautiful and talented poets in this awesome puzzle just kind of stand on their own and made just significant contributions to what we know as poetry today. And it shows how they saw the world and how many of the things can reflect on us also. So I really enjoyed kind of looking into this information. Have you all heard of any of these poets before? And if so, what did you know about them? And if not, was this something that was new to you that you learned? I certainly learned a lot, so I hope that you did too. All right, so next I would like to go ahead and share with you the progress on my puzzle. All right, so hold on for a moment. I am back. So, yes, I am almost done. So that's about 75% done. Now, the way I went ahead and calculated how far I was progressing with the puzzle was the border pieces were about 123. Okay. So once I took the 123, I subtracted that 123 from the 1000. And then I took that remaining number and divided it by 4. So that's how I kind of determined how far I was in the puzzle based on the number of pieces that I have already put together. And that was excluding the border. So this is just awesome. I have about 25% more, and I just think it's great. And this is beautiful. And once again, thank you so much, Priscilla. This is just awesome, and I'm loving it. Okay. Next, I would like to share with you the Wordogoo puzzle for last week. This also was a book that was gifted to me from Pricilla. As she knows, I love doing all different types of puzzles. And previously, I had been sharing with you all a word jumble. So the word jumble was a lot easier because we just had to find um, so many words, at least one word, but this one gives a little bit more complexity. We are looking for a word, but we're having to solve many different facets in order to get the whole thing. So I hope you all have been enjoying it. I certainly have been, and Priscilla's coming right along with me and enjoying it as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at last week's puzzle, the one that I did. Not only my puzzle, but Priscilla was able to solve this week's puzzle as well. Fantastic job, Priscilla. Way to go. And here is the puzzle solution. And here is a brand new puzzle to begin working on for the week. I am back. I am really enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. And again, this is meant to be something that is relaxing and stimulating for our brains to kind of help us to kind of think and exercise our brains a little bit. But again, if it causes you any undue stress, please do not stress yourself out. Just put it down. Don't worry about it. It is okay. All right. I appreciate you all for being here, for hanging out with me for a bit. It really means a lot, more than you guys will know. All right. So I'm going to get to working on the remainder of my puzzle as well as the word oku. And I may have some other things that I will share with you on next week. But until then, please do everything you can to be mindful, do everything you can to be at your best health, and by all means, continue to be crafty every day. Share your gifts, be inspiring, and be inspired. I look forward to seeing you again in one of my videos or one of yours. Bye-bye now.